Hey guys, welcome. This is Brad Krantz. Thanks for joining me here. Today's video is going to be about tips on building a successful online business. So these can be held in general, but they are going to be kind of tailored and based on my experience working with 3LE and Jeunesseglobal as we look to scale a true online business with our free app and using and leveraging social media. But people that want to maybe get rid of their 9-to-5 job in favor of getting online, starting an online business, whether it's blogging, e-commerce website, publishing a book, getting into coaching, whatever. I think a lot of times they're well-intentioned, but they may lack a true understanding of what it takes to be successful in business. Of course, it's good to have big goals and dreams. You got to know, what you want and why you want it. But surprisingly, a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners don't grasp what's fully required to hit their goals. And, obviously, wanting to reach, $1 million revenue in 5 years for a startup with an online business is an admirable goal, but how do you know what it's going to take to get there and ensure that you don't become just a flash in the pan? I'm going to suggest, number one, that you need to really define what an online business looks like. If we're back in 1998, 1999, 2000, having a website, qualified, use an e-commerce company, online business, guys, that's not true anymore. I just sat in on a Barron's live on market update and investment outlook for 2021. And one of the interesting things they said about success of retailers or lack thereof was lack of an online presence, guys. If you're not on social media today, as Gary Vaynerchuk said, in 2020, you are irrelevant. You need to get on and work and use and leverage social media platforms to be successful. 3LE, we've got that figured out. I've got that figured out. I have people reaching out to me based on my content, not because I'm great and special, but just I've learned how to work it and leverage it. And you really need to do that. So you need to invest some time in understanding the platform or platforms that you're going to be on and how to use them. Okay. So with that in mind, let's look at some characteristics here, some things you need to do. Number one, you've got to be yourself, right? Your business is really an extension of you. My business is an extension of me, no matter how big or how small it is at the present time, right? And you've got to understand that. The old adage that people like to do business with people they know, like, and trust has never been more true. That was true in sales when I was in professional sales. Still in professional sales, by the way. But even largest companies, you've got to represent your company, yourself, your business, and speak on behalf of it. And people got to know, like, and trust you to do business. How do they do that on social media? I'm going to talk about that here in a minute, but we're going to talk about profiles. You are a reflection, and your online resume is your profiles. I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook. I have a YouTube channel. I've got an Instagram account, and I've got complete profiles there. So let's talk about authenticity, because that kind of flows right into this. You've got to be you, right? Only you know what works for you and your target audience. But the one thing that can guarantee failure is not being authentic. And I want to suggest this again. I just talked about it, but get your profiles up to date, guys. That is your presence. That is your resume online. I can send people to any one of 4 platforms. They can check me out. There's content there. Don't be the person that says, hey, come and check out my store. And I come in and there's nothing on the shelf. There's 4 or 5 products. That's not a real store, right? It's just like if I came to hire or apply for a job and I handed you my resume and I've only got a name and phone number on there, that doesn't qualify as a resume. Guys, online, you need to have a profile that is clear about what you do, talks about your values. There's actually content there to see. One of the worst things you do is just get people want to get likes to their business page. And I go there, likes are not where it's at. Number one, engagement and then conversions are where it's at. You do have to get likes. But if there's nothing there to go see, which is the case in far too many business pages, likes don't help you, and you're not doing anything. You got to understand that. But what I would suggest, have profiles so people can check you out, see that you're legitimate. Remember, we talked about people that know, like, and trust you. If that's showcased on your profiles, they'll do business with you or they'll partner with you in business. One of the first things I do when somebody's talking to me is I go check their profile to see if they're real. If there's nothing there, one picture, no about, I just delete them. They're not serious. I had a guy last week tell me, yeah, you have a big face. He saw me in the business niche, want to know what I do. I told him we scale businesses online. And I said, yeah, that's great. I've got a successful Facebook business online. I'm $100,000 a month. I'm going, number one, no, you don't, because you got spelling errors in your typing, and nobody that's making that kind of money would be talking to me that way. Sure enough, I went and looked at his profile. There's really nothing there, just some pictures, a bunch of stuff, but nothing that would lead me to believe this guy is who he is claiming to be. So guess what? I deleted him. You've got to be serious, guys. If you want to be taken seriously, you've got to have a right profile. Number 2 is over deliver. Go the extra mile. Napoleon Hill talks about this in his books, Think and Grow Rich and The Master Key to Riches. You got to go the extra mile. You got to set benchmarks for yourself with your product services and try to exceed them. It's really simple as that. And I think going with that is you got to decide if you're a giver or taker, and hopefully you're going to be a giver, right? Social media is all about adding value and giving, adding value and giving. If you're a taker, which too many people are, and I say that you're a taker if you're just showcasing your company page or just talking about your products, your opportunity, etc., you won't be successful. Social media requires adding value. It requires producing good content, and it requires follow-up, and it keeps repeating on that, right? So you've got to decide to be a giver or taker. That's going to be huge. Over delivering means you go beyond the call of duty at all times to become not only a viable business, but a market leader that all others admire and envy. So again, it goes back to adding value at every opportunity, guys. That means what you post adds value to people. It's not about pushing your company, your product, your opportunity, whatever. You're adding value. By doing that enough, you will get people reaching out to you. Thirdly is focus on serving, not selling. Again, from somebody who's been in professional sales, this is huge, right? You'll get what you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. And that's a famous quote from Zig Ziglar. And it's more than just a quick phrase to throw around, as a success quote or whatever you talk about at cocktail parties or whatever. It's really true. Teaching and coaching are kind of known as the giving professions, but in the 21st century, more businesses will have to adapt their techniques in order to earn customer trust and ultimately sales. Again, it goes back to what I just said. Companies that are not successful in the retail realm are those that lack online presence. I'm going to say if you're an online business, you need to have online presence, and you're going to get that by focusing on serving, not selling. From a guy that came from sales, the worst thing you can do is try to sell me. I get this a lot. I connect to somebody and first thing they send me an automated pitch like, hey, do you want to buy this or do you want a loan? Guys, I say that's the cardinal sin in online marketing. You are not a professional if you're doing that. You're a sleazeball, and that's not somebody I'm going to do business with. So just be aware of that. You got to identify your target market's problems, concerns, and issues, and create and position yourself and your offerings to have as the best solution in the marketplace. Okay. Fourthly is meet your customers where they are, right? And again, I'm going to back up. You got to add value and creating content, lots of it. Go watch Gary Vaynerchuk, subscribe to his YouTube channel, listen to and watch what he talks about. Adding value, creating content, lots of it. Fourth, meet your customers where they are, right? I'm not going to talk a lot about this, but a large part of social media world is transitioning from the old, I'll say 20th century corporate dominated sales-based economy to a trust-based economy. Right? And think about that now. Customers are smarter than they ever been. They're more educated because they can go check you out if you have an online presence, right? In the past, dominant companies could count on, quote, blind customer brand loyalty to guarantee steady profits, even if the products and services were severely lacking. Not anymore, guys. There's too much competition out there. People can check you out. Google reviews, all that stuff exists. And it helps us as consumers, you as consumers, be able to know who and what you're dealing with. And do you keep dealing with them? On the plus side, and use properly, social media marketing, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, provide, guys, a huge opportunity for entrepreneurs and small business owners. And it's a great way for your most loyal and enthusiastic customers to share their love and excitement for your company, your opportunity, and your brand. But you've got to do it right. Fifthly, you've got to have an attitude of gratitude. I'm not going to talk a lot about this, but not one of entitlement. I learned a long time ago in working, nobody owed me a job. So I had to work, I had to show up and go the extra mile because nobody owes me the opportunity. Nobody owes me a like on my posts. Nobody owes me engagement. I have to earn it. So that's one of the quickest things to do. One of the keys to success is having an attitude of gratitude, guys. And I think if you do that, I'm going to circle back around. If you have an attitude of gratitude, you will meet customers where they are. Okay. If you have an attitude of gratitude, you will focus on serving and not selling. If you have an attitude of gratitude, you will over deliver. You'll go the extra mile. If you have an attitude of gratitude, you will be a giver and not a taker. And if you have an attitude of gratitude, guys, you will be yourself and you will be authentic. Okay. So quick screen share here, guys. So what's my call to action? If this made sense for you guys, if you want more information, you got questions, please reach out to me. I'm going to leave the link for Our 3LE free basic app is free downloadable off the Apple iStore or Google Play, and it's 100% safe. You can check us out and see what a true online business in the network marketing arena is all about. And if you have additional questions, you want to connect with me in any way, I'll leave the links to my social media as well. And I encourage you to reach out and connect with me on social media. I'd love to get feedback, chat with you. Maybe if you're looking to partner with us, let us know on that too. We can kind of take the conversation, talk a little bit more. So with that, thanks so much for joining me today, guys. Thanksgiving week. Have an awesome Thanksgiving, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.